since I've done a live. So I'm just going to give an update on how my vertical grow towers are going. The reason I've been a bit absent is I had a son. He's now 10 weeks old. And being winter up in the upper Blue Mountains, the growth rate is quite slow. But with that being said, my wife and I have been eating a lot of salad. I've spent, except for this weekend, the past weekend, I've spent maybe 2 hours in the garden, and we've been having salad every second to third day, and we've had plenty for us. So that's the great thing about these gardens. They don't take too much effort to keep growing. So I haven't done any pruning. I haven't done the roots or anything on the air garden. I flushed them out once and changed the nutrients, and all I've done is harvest since, and that's it. So let's go to the air garden and see how everything's going. So we've got the powdery here has started to run, so it's going to go to seed, which is a bit of a pain, but it is what it is. We've got our dill. The coriander was going nice. We have smashed it. I had some seedlings growing indoors, and I've ripped out cos lettuce that had gotten like stem rot. We've had a fair bit of rain, and so I've just replaced a lot of the cos lettuce that I've had. We've got kale down the bottom, and then more cos lettuce seedlings, which were grown indoors and then just moved out here. And here we've got a purple kohlrabi, which I took from the back raised garden bed, just because I need to space it out. So yeah, these cos lettuces are going well. Been harvesting them. Every time we get strong winds, which is really often at the moment, heaps of these leaves are broken, so I just come out and trim it up. And yeah, that's it. So yeah, this garden's going quite well. You can see here, like, we've had a few Asian stir fries. How many leaves we have harvested from these. The nice big leaves, the stalks are woody. I don't recommend to eat them, but you can eat this whole stem here, and they're quite good. But yeah, look at the size of these. I guess that's my hand. So that's pretty cool. And then we've got the vertigo over here. And same, the pak choy just ran straight away. So these are both the same plant, and these ones here haven't got big leaves. They just ran pretty much instantly. So these were planted probably 12 weeks ago now, and they're just coming up. But yeah, they've all gone to flower. We haven't eaten anything off these. I've just left them. I've seen the bees come out here hanging around, so thought I'll just leave them, let them go do the things. Threw some rocket seeds in here because we had an empty clover. We've got a heap of rocket going. The rocket's also going to seed, as you can see there. It's going to seed at the top. And I've just been harvesting. When I'm coming out, it's winter, I'm just cutting straight across with my scissors and just taking a whole lot. And as you can see, it just grows back. You can be very harsh with rocket. That's why it's probably my favorite thing to grow for salad. And yes, it just keeps on growing. But on this side, we've got heaps of parsley. Did have some aphids in here. I don't know how long ago. I sprayed them for, I think, 2 weeks when my son was first born, and we don't have any now. So 2 weeks, I think I sprayed them like 3 or 4 times, and yeah, the aphids are gone. There. So yeah, this is going nice. We're starting to harvest this one more. I like to harvest one garden, then move to the next one, then move to the next one. But yeah, so we'll end up doing a video on this. So this pak choy, you can see, actually, this one here. So all these flowers end up turning to seed. So this here is a seed pod. So we'll let these grow and die, and these will dry out, and then you can just harvest the seeds, put them in a brown bag. Same thing with the rocket, same sort of seed pods. And then, yeah, you've got an unlimited amount of seeds. So we've got this garden here. It's just with potting mix and compost. It's a lot slower than the hydroponic and aeroponic grow towers. But we've got a heap of kale in here. It's just kale, Brussels sprouts, and some spinach. It's actually meant to be silver beet, but the leaves are quite small, so I feel it's a type of spinach growing instead. And this is a Brussels sprout coming up. And then the Mr. Stacky, is going well. I've been harvest pretty harshly because a lot of the wet weather we had, the tarragon started to die. So harvest that right back to the base. I threw a heap of rocket in. Oh, that's where the coriander was. The chives, again, harvested right to the base. They were starting to go off. So yeah, just harvest that, and these guys will just come back. So that's probably 3 or 4 weeks ago, and they're just growing back a lot cleaner. So if your chives start to go off or they start getting moldy, just cut them back, clean them out like all the brown bits, and then they're good to go. Same with the mint. We got powdery mildew on all the leaves, so I harvested them underneath, and yeah, they're growing back now well, same as this one. So if you get powdery mildew, it's best just to get rid of all the affected leaves and even a bit harsher, and yeah, then you it just grows back, especially mint. You can't kill mint. But yeah, it's got rocket down the bottom, parsley's going well, a bit more rocket here. And this is what I was saying about the rocket. You can just be very harsh when you're pruning, and then it'll just grow back. All right, so let's go down the back. We'll go back. A lot of the weather has blown over a lot of our awnings. So this one here, I'll show you inside. I don't know if you can see it. We've got our habanero chilies growing well. Our Thai basil is just insane. There's 3 different plants in there. And then we've got some Italian basil at the back there. But yeah, they're all like maxing out this. So I'm continuing pruning and eating it. But yeah, I'm going to be planting these outside and regrowing some more inside when summer comes. I put in up there a heap of fertilizer and manure over the weekend. So we're going to grow all our tomatoes. Now let's just see if our internet keeps going. So we've got in here our broccoli. I'll just walk around. I did one on the weekend and the internet cut out. So hopefully it doesn't cut out today. So we've got our Brussels sprouts growing here and there. Our purple kohlrabi is going well. They're starting to get bulbs on them. These are our carrots. The beetroot are growing really slow. I'm not impressed with how the beetroot's growing. Thought they would have been a bit further along. And then we've got radishes. We've got radishes, I think 4 or 5 places in the garden, and we harvest them every 3 to 4 weeks. Every 2 to 3 weeks. Got our endives. The sorrel's going great. This here is the sorrel that I had in the Mr. Stacky, and in some of my early videos I wasn't impressed with how it was growing, and so I moved it down here, and you can see the difference between the sorrel that was planted down here and the one from Mr. Stacky. So, and then here we've got just some silver beet, broccoli. You can see we're starting to get some little heads on here. So when these get a bit bigger and they're ready to harvest, I'll show you how to harvest it without having to take the whole head, and then you don't have to waste any or eat heaps of broccoli. You can just have as much as you want and keep going. And then it's got some more Brussels sprouts and then radishes. So there's one more garden to look at, and then that'll be it. So in here we've got our broad beans growing. Again, I thought they would have been a bit taller by now. I've had to stake them just with some sticks from around the yard, just because the wind is so extreme here. But yeah, so we've got 2 with flowers and the rest are a bit slower, which is a bit of a shame. Got our kale growing. So these radishes are almost ready to pick. This guy. So these are French breakfast radishes. They're beautiful, not too bitey, a bit sweeter. And then yeah, these are broccolis planted at the same time as the other ones. but just doing nothing in here. But I don't get nearly as much sun, so I think that's the issue. Our kale's going well. We've been harvesting this and putting it in our salads. Our snow peas are doing extremely well. So once the flower falls off the base of the snow pea, that's good to pick. So the more you pick the snow peas, the more flowers you're going to get. So yeah, just keep picking them as soon as you see them, as soon as they're ready, and you'll get more and more flowers. These guys are starting to go well, the chards. And then in here, we just got some more snow peas and radishes and shallots down the bottom. And yeah, so that's about it for the garden. That's how it's going. But yeah, as I said, with winter up in the mountains, everything's a bit slower. We're at mid-mountains last year and it was growing probably about 30% quicker. So yeah, just been a bit more patient with what we're growing, and yeah, looking forward to when it warms up. All right, so any questions, let me know. Happy to answer anything, get some articles written on some other things. That's it. All right, cheers guys.